so I haven't played Skyrim in quite some time, so I thought, why not try my hand at a little challenge run? So, ladies, gentlemen, and all in between, we wish to welcome you graciously to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Illusion Only run. So I picked a High Elf because they start with the Fury spell, which makes targets all angry at each other. So angry, in fact, they all just start fighting each other, you know, just a casual bar fight. I named him Deceptive Boy because that seems a bit fitting for the challenge. Going through Helgen, the poor people around me felt the wrath of my level 1 spell. I tried looting this barrel to get the potions, but accidentally drank all of them instead because I'm an actual idiot. Continuing, I gave these filthy Imperial scum a scary warning shot which they took with grace. Then these archers were shooting me even though I haven't hurt anyone myself. Pretty rude in my opinion, just let me leave next time, thank you very much. I ran past this bear because in order to make this spell work, you kind of need more than one person around, and I'm not willing to wait for Relof to catch up. And just like that, we are free to explore the whole world. Pretty good considering doing the same thing in our world costs just a couple dollars for flights and hotels, pretty crazy. So out in the world now, ready to cause some chaos, my first stop was the Guardian Stones. I picked the Mage Stone, you know, for obvious reasons I do hope. Discovered Riverwood and spoke some nonsense to Gadur and sold all my stuff to this pretty buffed bearded man. On my way to Whiterun to speak to God, I came across a little marching band, so I thought I would put my magical prowess to the test. Everyone took a little nap, so I moved on quietly and nicely and respectfully to Whiterun. I made my way up the 61 steps. I know there are 61 steps here because editing Caroline just spent like a solid 5 minutes counting. Although if job applications have taught me anything, I'm not very qualified to do that, but here is my math anyway. Spoke to God, which was underwhelming, then made my way to Bleak Falls Barrow. On my way to Bleak Falls Barrow, I also learned the spell to make people chill the F out. And thank God the spell also works on this giant spider. On a side note, I've played this in VR before, and this giant effing spider scared the living daylights out of me and caused me to never play it in VR again. But it was here that I found a fatal flaw in my plans to dominate the entire universe. My spells don't work on the undead. Who knew that fooling dead people was harder than fooling the not dead people? Thankfully this place has 3 traps in it which I used to massacre this entire place. The boss needed some extra time to clear his throat before his eventual demise. Upon returning this rock to the mage person, I was then tasked with killing a dragon, because of course I am. Heading to the watchtower, this big lizard started screaming fire at everyone, so I showed it just how scary I can be. The dragon was not impressed, but I took the credit anyway. Upon returning to Whiterun after single-handedly killing a dragon, I was shouted at by a bunch of cultists from the sky. After returning the rock from this dead man to the wizard man, I decided I need more power to dominate the entire universe, so I went back to school. First lesson, and this wrinkly old man shot fire at me. Pretty bloody rude if you ask me. In retaliation to this violent act of heresy, I went to another teacher who taught me the magical spell of Muffle. On the surface, this spell lets you walk quietly. You could use this in the middle of the night when you go to the fridge to get a snack, but there is a creaky floorboard. But in the hands of a slightly more evolved elf, it can be used to power level the F out of the illusion skill. Doing just that, I quickly reached illusion level 90. This now makes it so my spells can affect the undead, but also Dwemer. That part is very important. Thinking I could now conquer the entire world, I took one step outside and it was met by a bloody dragon. I did the only logical thing and went inside this wooden house and waited in their lobby for a solid 24 hours so the dragon would go away. Little did I know this act would come back to bite me because the dragon was so far away, but the people I need to open the door to Sarthal were pretty aggravated. It took exactly 14 minutes and 27 seconds to eventually get through the door. Going through Sarthal was a complete breeze. Now that I have the power to command dead people, I can go through without killing any of them, just make them all my best friends. The main challenge though came to when it was the boss fight. Keeping in mind, I can only calm people down, make them mad, or make them scared, with only one enemy in the room that needs to be damaged in order to progress, making this part a little bit challenging. I tried using Thalmor, the old man from before, as a shield to make him fight this enemy, but that didn't work. Luckily, there was a previous room with another enemy which I could not fight, so I made them fight each other. Who knew that being lazy works in your favour like this? Maybe I should try that in my personal life and see how far it takes me. Heading back to school, I proceeded to use the muffle spell to power level my illusion skill to 100. With this new big dick energy, I'm now ready to make my way to High Hrothgar with the sky cultists from before live their sad, empty lives. Going up the 7 steps to High Hrothgar, this patron of a shrine got mad at me for casting a calming spell on her. I did the only logical thing and used my magic to bring a frost troll to her exact location. I would say she learned her lesson not to be mad at me next time, but she did die in the process. This old man whispered on the floor, causing it to crack. Pretty crazy. I then absorbed part of his soul because that's what I do best, then proceeded to shout at a bunch of misty men. The sky cultists then made me go to their daddy's grave and loot his big horn. Using the power of friendship, love and prosperity, I made all the cave dwellers in this tomb kill each other. From there, I made some spiders so mad they proceeded to kill themselves whilst trying to kill me. Joke's on them, I don't have 8 legs, you freaks. I reached the grave, but Daddy's big horn was taken by someone called Delphine. Moral of the story, kids, never trust anyone called Delphine, they will steal your horn. I made my way back to Riverwood to confront this Delphine character. She took 10 gold from me and didn't let me sleep in my room because she proceeded to follow me in there. It was here that I found out she is in fact a lesbian, as she lured me into her closet. Turns out that was all a lie, and she just wanted to tell me a secret that these dragons are coming back to life. When I pressed for more information, she said that she couldn't trust me. In order to believe that I am who I say I am, she needs me to kill a dragon and eat its soul in front of her. That being said, no one in this world should trust me anymore, given my specialty lies in deception. Me and Delphine and I, made our way up a big hill to witness that a dragon was in fact being resurrected. We then proceed to fight this dragon together. Let the record show that the term fight together is being used very loosely and only for lack of a better word. We all know Delphine was slacking. While Delphine was whittling down the dragon's health, I learned a valuable lesson that ward spells can block their attacks. Once again, I absorbed its soul, so naturally I took credit for the dragon's death. Now the Horn Thief wants me to risk my life going to the Thalmor embassy, a solid confession that I am better than her. I took a detour back to the school and learnt this pretty cool spell. It would have been cooler if this Nord didn't interrupt my spell by talking about why we don't like Nords. Fucking Nords. I then visit Skyrim's main city and walk around without any clothes on because I'm classy like that, but also because I'm deranged, mostly that. Now delving into the heart of Thalmor operations within Skyrim, I go through the embassy. I make quick work of most of the elves in this place because, as we established before, my specialty lies in the deception of others. Once again, the final room proved difficult, as in order to escape you need to kill one of the guards that has a key. It took approximately 19 minutes and 15 seconds with 3 attempts to get this room completed. The point of all this was to show Delphine that the Thalmor know nothing about the dragon's return.
Did you learn anything useful? Really?
Now on a mission to find Delphine's daddy, I head to Riften. I find a scary note on the entrance to the sewers, and like a good law-abiding citizen, I enter anyway. Knowing that nothing in this place can stop me, I die almost immediately to a low life. I work my way through the maze and find Esbern. Funny thing, he still has his horn. I guess Delphine hasn't stolen it yet. He then takes exactly 30 seconds to open the door. I wish I was joking, here it is in real time.
This will always there we go. Only a couple more.
We then waddled our way back to Riverwood to see Delphine again.
What is it?
I decide to return to the Sky Cultists to give them their old horn back. Instead of paying me for my assistance, they decide to yell at me instead. They also teach me how to scream so loud that the skies themselves clear. I use this power to climb to the top of the world, and it is from this high up view I can confirm that the world is in fact flat. In order to prove myself to this dragon, I am forced to scream fire at him. There is no way around this, and subsequently the challenge is failed from this point onwards, but we carry on anyway. He tells me to find an Elder Scroll to learn more words that I can use to defeat the big bad dragon. Following his command like a good little boy, I descend into the pits of Blackreach. One of the reasons I power leveled my illusion was for this mission in particular. On this difficulty, the Dwemer Animunculi, or machines for you lesser folk, will slap me so hard it only takes one hit to kill me completely all the way to death. So now I can go through and make these lovely folk all my friends, as I steal by far their most prized possession without any resistance. I return to the throat of the world and read the scroll. I think the dragon spiked it though, as I had some pretty wicked visions. The big bad dragon known as Alduin appears, and our fight to the death commences. This entire fight is pointless though. Parthenax only has a limited amount of health, and I cannot damage Alduin myself, and therefore we are at a stalemate. Alduin shouts rocks from the sky to kill me and yells some pretty chilly words at me, both attacks I can avoid by moving around and using my ward spells. After roughly 47 minutes and 48 seconds of this, I call the fight over and allow Alduin to kill me. So there we have it. Throughout this challenge we have faced many enemies and have been the result of none of their direct deaths. Let the record show that I did not do any damage throughout this entire run, excluding when I had to shout fire at Parthenax. Not wanting to cheat again, I have declared this challenge impossible as we cannot make it past the first fight with Alduin. Thank you for watching and have a day.